Hello and welcome. In the previous video, you have seen me play my Guess the Song game. But in this video, I would like to talk about the features of this game as well as the challenges I had when making this game. But first, I'd like to say that this is not a commercial project. It's just a playground for me to learn new skills. Let's start with the landing page. As you can see, the only thing you can do here is search for a playlist. So this search box lets you search for a playlist from YouTube. The idea is that YouTube already has lots of playlists for many topics. So if you want to guess songs from a specific year or a decade, you can bet there is already such playlists on YouTube. The search here is not a predictive search like you see on YouTube. I actually made it predictive at first, but YouTube API has some limitations. So I had to make it do the actual search when you press enter or the magnifier icon. After you have selected a playlist, you will see a start button, which lets you start the game. Once you start the game, it will pick 10 songs from the playlist at random. Well, of course, if the list is longer than 10 songs. Otherwise, it will just take all of the songs from the list. In future, I might add a setting dialog where you could configure the song count. So, when loading is complete, it means the first song is ready to be played. At that point, you will see the main game screen with all of the controls to play the game. Here you can see the current song number and the total number of songs. In the middle there are the play and skip buttons as well as the help button. And down at the bottom you can see the player names, the score and the microphone buttons, which are used to give an answer. As you can see, there are 2 players in this game. In future I plan to make it configurable so that you can pick how many players can play the game. But for now you could play alone or with a friend. If you choose to play alone, just pick one of the players. To play the sample of the song, press the play button. Inside this button you can see the number of seconds that will be played. There are 5 attempts. 1, 2, 4, 8 and 16 seconds. The sample is taken starting from 1 minute of the song. This is to avoid long intros which make guessing very difficult. Unfortunately, there are still videos with intros longer than 1 minute. I have not handled such cases yet, but maybe it will be done in the future. So once you think you know the song, you can press the microphone button to give the answer. If you are playing with a friend, it could be easier to use the keyboard. Use Ctrl keys on your keyboard to trigger the answer mode. Left Ctrl for the first player and right Ctrl for the second player. That way you can compete with each other on who answers first. Once you have triggered the answer mode, you will see this screen. The first time you do this, you will have to give permission to the browser to use your microphone. As soon as you have triggered the answer mode, you can start speaking to give the answer. The voice recognition here is a browser built-in feature, and it is as good as it is provided by the browser manufacturer. I should mention right away that voice recognition is not widely supported by the browsers, hence this feature will work only in some browsers. For browsers that don't support voice recognition, I made a text input mode, so that you could still play this game. You could also use this switch if you can't speak at that moment. But back to voice recognition. If you used voice commands before, you probably know that sometimes you need to repeat the command for it to be properly recognized. Same as here. Sometimes your words could be incorrectly recognized, so you'd have to use the restart button to clear the answer and repeat it again. Although I have to note that at least in the desktop version of Chrome, the voice recognition is quite precise. Next, I want to talk about how your answer is actually validated. When you give an answer, it is validated against the video title. And if you have been on YouTube long enough, you probably know that there are no strict rules in naming the video. The title could contain all sorts of info, which may not be relevant. This means that it is possible that sometimes you might not guess the song even if you know it, just because there is some extra word in the video title, like produced by someone or high quality or official music video. I have tried to account for that and remove common cases of useless text, but there still could be unhandled cases. Then, if we look at the actual useful info, we could see that the order of the artist and the song title could vary. I also tried to handle this by sorting the words in the video title and the given answer before validating, so that the original order doesn't matter. The last thing in the validation is that there could be insignificant discrepancies between valid and given answers, which could be ignored. Like if you forgot an article or used a different word which is similar in pronunciation. For that, I used an algorithm which matches the text approximately and lets us avoid such cases. This actually produces a side effect when the answer is accepted sooner than you have said the full answer, because it is already at that point very similar to the valid one. Alright, so if you cannot guess the song after many tries, just click cancel and skip the song. Once you skip or guess the song, you will see a correct answer with a short video fragment, and then the next song will be loaded. While loading the song, there could be cases when it could not be loaded, either because the video is deleted or blocked or for some other reason. In that case, the game will skip it automatically. Once you go through all of the songs, you'll see the final score. At that point, the game is over and you can go to the landing page to start over with a different playlist. That's basically it for the gameplay. I have already mentioned that not all browsers are supported. Basically only Chrome and those that use Chrome engine. Well, except on iOS, where Chrome doesn't have voice recognition. And although it has support on Android, it behaves unpredictably there. You can try to play it on Android, but chances are that it will not work properly. I am planning to also make an Android version of this game. I actually already started with Flutter. This is another new technology for me as I have never developed a mobile app before. In future videos, I'm planning to talk more about the technologies I used and why I chose them. So thanks for watching and see you in the next one.